Hey guys, this is Beer Taster, and guess what guys, I'm back here to try to finish up this review for Schlitz. Twice I tried to film this review for Schlitz, and twice my device ran out of storage space. So I cleared out the storage space. It's a different day, and I want to finish off this review of Schlitz. I guess technically this is like part 3. It's just going to get finished right now. This is Schlitz beer. Schlitz. See that? That's the trademark. It's really hard to see, but especially on this device, but on real small letters there on the left side, it says pure trademark. Real small. And then there's a globe with a banner across the middle that says Schlitz. That's their trademark. And the front of the bottle, it also has the trademark. It has Schlitz in cursive writing. Schlitz. This beer, guys, is the 3rd oldest beer being sold in America today. And what I mean by that, of all the brands of beer sold in America today, produced in America, brands, this is the 3rd oldest active brand of beer in America. Schlitz. During the 1940s and 50s and 60s, this beer battled back and forth with Budweiser over which was number 1 and which was number 2. It went back and forth. There were years where this was the most popular beer in America. Schlitz. In the 1970s, they changed their formula and became very unpopular and pretty much got bought out, went out of business. And they were bought out by Stroh's Brewery in Detroit, who continued to produce Schlitz. And then Stroh's was bought out by Pabst. This here, guys, is owned by Pabst. And is brewed for Pabst by Miller Beer. So Miller produces this for Pabst. Pabst owns it. And Pabst did something really interesting with this beer. In 2008, they went back and they changed the formula back to the original formula this was back in its glory days, back when it was number 1 or number 2 in the country. Back in those days, they had a formula that they changed in the 70s, and that's what caused them to go out of business and to become unpopular. To get bought out, I should say. Because they messed with that formula. Well, now the original formula is back, as best as they can figure from talking to former brewmasters who worked for Schlitz from the 1960s, and they went back and talked to people who produced it because the written recipe was lost. But they reproduced it the best they could with the original ingredients, and it's back out now, guys. Schlitz, the 1960s classic formula. It's not marked anywhere on the bottle that I hold that that's what this is, but I know they no longer produce the older formula. They only produce the brought back 1960s formula. And here it is, guys, Schlitz. That's the history of it. And you know who does a really good history on this one? Louisiana Beer Reviews. If you read his reviews, it's really good. And Spit or Swallow Beer Reviews, those guys, they do pretty good history on this beer too. Here it is, Schlitz. Let me taste it. I'll tell you guys what I think for Schlitz. Starting to kick up. I hope you guys don't have trouble hearing me. I know with a couple of the reviews I did the other day, the wind was making it hard to hear. Alright, so I just tasted Schlitz. This is what I think. I think this beer, it tastes pretty good. This beer, you know, when I taste it, I taste mild malts and mild hops. That's mostly what I'm tasting here. Mild, but good quality, tasty hops and malt. That's what this beer tastes like. It tastes good, guys. It's for an American adjunct lager, it's got a heavier body than what I'm used to, but it's good. I wouldn't drink a bunch of these at once, but just to have a beer for dinner, or to have a beer with a burger, something like that. This is a good beer, good lager beer. It's very tasty. It taste is, let me taste again. This batch I have right here, I'm tasting hops in it pretty strong. Previous batches I've had, I didn't taste the hops as strong. This one is pretty hoppy, and it tastes like Cascade hops, that sort of hop. And I guess the IBUs, my guess would be that it's in the upper teens. You know, pretty close to 20, but not that bitter, more floral in character. That's what it tastes like to me. And then it's got a nice, sweeter, but pretty good tasting malt background. And there is a little bit of corn adjunct in here that you can taste as well. But it's a very small element of the taste. It's not strong, it's not harsh. It's a little bit in the background. The body is pretty medium, and it's a tasty beer, guys. It drinks real nice, and it's a good beer. It's a good beer, guys. I would really recommend you try this one, Schlitz. Now this one's a little bit harder to find. Around here, like Walmart doesn't carry it, the grocery stores don't carry it. Only a couple of the beer stores around here carry this, and they only sell it in the 6-pack for anywhere from $6.99 to $5.99 around here. It's a good beer, guys. It has great history, very good tasting, very enjoyable to drink. Schlitz beer, one of the best American lager beers out there. Enjoy, guys.